Finally free from traffic, it was late afternoon when the traffic finally began to thin out. After more than an hour of crawling through crowded streets, our car at last found its way out of the congested maze of Semarang city center. It felt almost miraculous, as if we had escaped some living creature that had been slowly tightening around us, only to release us at the last possible moment. As we left behind the busy intersections and choked lanes filled with honking horns, weaving motorcycles, and tireless street vendors, the change was immediate and glorious. The car picked up speed, the engine seemed to sigh in relief, and the vibrations beneath my seat smoothed out. I leaned back and exhaled, realizing how tense my shoulders had been the entire time. We were now on a wide road flanked by rows of tall trees whose leaves danced lightly in the gentle breeze. The sun hung low in the west, bathing everything in warm, honey light that spilled across fields and rooftops. It felt like the whole world had opened up. There was space again, and silence, punctuated only by the soft hum of the tires on asphalt. I rolled down my window halfway. Cool, clean air rushed in, brushing against my skin. It carried the sweet scent of distant flowers and the faint earthy smell of sun-baked ground. Compared to the thick, oily air back in the traffic jam, this felt almost intoxicating. I closed my eyes for a moment, just to savor the simple pleasure of breathing easily. As we continued down the open road, we passed through small stretches of countryside where green rice paddies spread out like shining quilts. The young plants stood in neat flooded rows that mirrored the sky, broken only by narrow footpaths and the occasional cluster of coconut palms. Farmers in wide straw hats tended to their plots, moving slowly and gracefully. A group of white egrets picked delicately among the seedlings, flying up in startled flutters as we drove past. Further along, we encountered gentle hills. The road wound smoothly up and down, offering glimpses of small villages nestled among the folds of the land. Tiny warrings with tin roofs sat at the roadside, some with wooden benches occupied by locals enjoying cups of steaming tea. Children played soccer in dusty clearings, their shouts of laughter carrying across the open space, untroubled by choking traffic fumes or blaring horns. Without the constant stop and go, there was time to notice little details. Bougainvillea vines poured over fences in bursts of magenta and orange. A woman walked by with a basket balanced on her head, her stride effortless, smiling as she exchanged greetings with a passing neighbor. A man pedaled a bicycle slowly, a large sack of rice tied precariously to the back, waving at us as we overtook him. Inside the car, the mood had completely transformed. The driver, who earlier had gripped the wheel with white-knuckled frustration, was now relaxed, one hand draped casually over the window frame. He hummed along to a soft dangdut song playing on the radio. I felt lighter, too, as though all the little irritations that had piled up in traffic had slipped away behind us on the road. We passed a bend where the view suddenly opened up, to reveal a wide stretch of land leading all the way to the distant sea. From this higher ground, I could see the sun's reflection scattered like a million tiny diamonds across the water. The sky was beginning its slow transformation, deepening from bright gold to soft peach and then a tender lavender at the edges. I asked the driver to slow down just a little, wanting to absorb every nuance of this unfolding evening. After so long trapped in that noisy snarl of vehicles, Every simple pleasure now felt like a gift. The rhythmic sway of the car, the rustle of leaves in the wind, the scent of grass, it all seemed to whisper of calm and freedom. We even saw a pair of boys riding bareback on two small horses along the roadside, their laughter ringing clear as bells. It was a picture of joyful simplicity, a reminder of how life could be when unhurried. As night began to gather, small lamps flickered to life in the villages we passed. Tiny warrings lit their porches with spare bulbs, their yellow light spilling onto the road. Families gathered outside their homes, some seated on bamboo mats, talking quietly while children ran in playful loops. There was no rush here, no impatient jostling for position, just people living in the gentle rhythm of evening. Eventually, we reached a little roadside cafe where we decided to stop for a quick meal. The place was open to the air, with wooden tables and a roof of woven palm leaves. A friendly woman brought us steaming bowls of soto ayam, rich with turmeric and topped with crispy shallots. As I ate, I felt the lingering stress from the traffic dissolve completely. The meal was simple, delicious, and served with an easy warmth that seemed to belong to the slower world outside the city. By the time we resumed our journey, the sky had darkened into a vast canopy of deep blue scattered with stars. The road was mostly empty now, stretching ahead like a quiet promise. The headlights lit up rows of roadside trees, casting fleeting shadows that danced along the edges. I rested my head against the window, lulled by the smooth motion, feeling an immense gratitude for the peace that came after the storm of congestion. Looking out at the gentle countryside slipping past, I realized that freedom from traffic was about so much more than just movement. It was about reclaiming a sense of calm, of spaciousness both on the road and within oneself. It was about hearing your own thoughts again, seeing the small beauties of the world without distraction, and remembering that sometimes the best journeys are not measured by how fast we get somewhere, but by how fully we are present along the way. Just tell me what kind of mood or detail you love. Of course, here's an even longer, more immersive version, adding many more layers.